Hi, Stitchers.
I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura. Welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode 57. Today is Sunday, January 31st, and this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans.
And some silliness thrown in just for good measure.
Always silliness. You're never going to get through one of these without some silliness.
I'm already rocking, so I think I need to make sure I'm going to put both feet on the floor and I'll stop. So that's a habit. Yep. So how's your week? Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm sitting cross-legged in my chair, as I often do.
Oh,
I'm always either sitting cross-legged or I'm sitting on one of my feet. It's just what happens.
Okay, I had kids this week. We told them they had first graders, second graders. They were second graders. Told them they had to sit on their pockets. So they laid front ways across their seats and said, "My pockets are here."
Kids are very creative in their disobedience.
It was during lunchtime.
Oh no.
Not to come and work. That just doesn't do it for us. So what have you been up to? What's new?
James is getting his first tooth. That is what's new in my world.
So Keisha is like, toothpicks.
Right. Well, and it's kind of funny because we've me, my husband, and Katie, who watches James during the day, have all had this conversation of, he seems a little fussier than usual. I'm not sure what's going on. Is it like some sleep regression? What's happening? And then the other night, James kept doing this. And Timothy's like, do you think maybe he's getting a tooth? Do you think that's what it is? He's just like kind of exploring. And so, and it's looked like he was going to have a tooth pop up for a little bit, but it just hadn't. And so I kind of felt in there and I was like, yep, we've got a tooth.
Okay, so now do you have the teething ring in the freezer?
Mm-hmm. Well, we already did because he just liked chewing on them anyway. But so we're getting a tooth. We're working on solid foods, which he's now kind of figured out what he's supposed to do about all of that. Because apparently a very bad influence decided to pretend like they were drinking cereal milk out of a bowl. And so James was like, that sounds like a great idea, and started eating that way. The bad influence was Katie Landis. And so, but now, as long as he doesn't really see the bowl, he's like, okay, a spoon, I guess, will work. But this isn't the most efficient way of eating. I know that.
Well, you know, she is just practically perfect.
Right. Well, and she said, I'm sorry that I've ruined his future dating life. He's eating like the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, whatever he just slurps right out of the bowl. It's like, yeah, kind of.
Oh my goodness. We had a snow day this week. I got a lot of work done at home, and I didn't do a lot of my work at home because I got to meet virtually with my students.
Oh, fun.
And it was fun. We read a book. And so I read the book like 6 times, 7 times during the day because I met with every grade. And it was fun to meet up. And of course, they're just thrilled to show me all the stuff in there. Look, Miss Landis, this is in my house. I'm like, okay, let's do our thing, and then you can all show me something.
Right.
Yeah. So it was fun.
That's fun.
But the other big news this week is that Katie and Athena and I went to Tulsa to the Silver Needle.
Ooh, exciting.
And that leads me into
Stash.
Okay, so I'll start with the silly stuff. I came home with a bag of floss bags, which Katie has now pointed out are not floss away bags, and are the ones she thinks they're punched in the wrong place. I don't know. We'll have to see. But Okay, Kate, no looking. So I can't use words on this next one because it is stash that I bought to do for Katie. So you guys are all just going to see the stash and draw your own conclusions.
I'll try not to react too big.
It's weird doing this quietly.
I know, I'm trying not to react loudly.
So that's that part, and I'm going to put it away. Don't look yet. Oh yeah, Katie's blowing out a candle and a spark flew in her bed.
Oh no, oh no. Well, that's a good distraction.
There you go. She will be busy for a minute. Okay, so that's that part. So if you see wisps of smoke or you hear me cough, that's probably it. Then one of the cool things we found is that they had some Liberty Gathering Gray linen, 30 count linen from R&R Reproductions, and Katie and I bought that to do some things, so we're kind of excited about that one. And I gotta see what all I have in here. Oh, hello from Liz Matthews. I have the first day and the second day.
Oh wow, those are pretty.
I love them. I think I'm doing them as stitched samplers instead of as the trees. And I'm thinking that maybe I'll try and get them as small as I can. They did theirs on 40 count, so probably that's what I'll do. I want to show you this. On the second day of Christmas, it says the first day of Christmas sampler. So it's just a typo, and because I have both patterns, I looked. It has all the information for the second day project because the fabric is different on each one.
Okay.
So still fine, but I wanted to pass that along, that it's, you know, you really do have the information for number 2.
Oh, that's good.
So if for some reason you only got number 2, it will still be okay. I have been looking at this and I bought it.
Wow.
It is bad enough that now even my husband is giving me crap about houses.
I stopped because I know that everyone else has taken up that job.
Look at the next one.
Oh wow, that's really pretty. I've never seen that one.
I looked at it and I'm like, okay, am I buying this? Why am I buying this? Is this, you know, is this something that I will really stitch? And I'm like, yeah, because that hill is fabulous and I love the floral border. So like the last thing on here that I even think about is this.
Right.
And it's tiny, but it's just so cool.
Yes.
So Stitcher's House by Stone Street Stitchworks. See, I didn't even say the last one. The last one was a Red Cottage by Plum Street Samplers. Then by Plum Street also is Mary Brew. Now I'm going to get pretty close on this one because it's kind of hard to see Santa up here.
Great.
I wondered why the reindeer were stacked up when I first saw this, and we had to point out that he's up there. And I got to see the model. It is just crazy. I filmed a video while I was there because you walk through the front door and kind of go, and then maybe you can talk. It's just, there is stuff everywhere. It is amazing. And it's all grouped. She does have like a Halloween section. She has a Christmas section, but in general, things are grouped by designer.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So it's pretty easy to find things. Katie found an out of print Blackbird book. I was so overwhelmed that I didn't even look through the Blackbird stuff. You know, I'm like, because I did a tour and you'll see it. I think it took me almost 18 minutes to get around the store.
Wow.
And that's because it is floor to ceiling full. So like, you know, you have shelves with all the stuff, but then above the shelves, it's models all the way around. And in a lot of places, the Mill Hill section, Keisha, even if you don't watch the rest, you're going to have to fast forward to the Mill Hill section. They have stitched a model for almost every single one, and it's in front of the thing that holds all of the kits and patterns. So you have all of these models, like even in the shelves that you're looking at. It was astounding.
Sounds like it.
I got the new Kathy Haberman design. It's hop on in for
Oh,
excellent service. And they had the option to buy it just like this or to buy it with these. And I went ahead, obviously.
right. Those are cute.
Yeah. And I mean, they go down here
Mm-hmm.
if you do the banner. So I'll have to figure that out. Or Sue Wild. Sue Wild may be called on. Yeah. Then this one was in the clearance, and it's evidently number 2. I haven't even opened it. It's called Hats Off to Halloween 2.
Oh, fun.
And it came with these cute little buttons.
Mm.
But, you know, I thought, oh, I like that. Then I have decided that for Mania, I think I am going to try and start a project and finish it during the month of May.
Oh, fun.
It doesn't mean I won't stitch on other projects. It just means this is my mania. That's the thing. So I found this, you know, I was in a patriotic frenzy last year and then didn't get to stitch the things because you and I were stitching frogworts. Yeah. So I found this, My Home Sweet Home from Shepherd's Bush. It's a full kit.
Oh, nice.
Look at those sheep.
Those are fun sheep. I love them.
So fun. And it comes with, you know, the linen. It's cotton, but it's like all Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. And then the little buttons and beads in there too.
Fun.
So this is going to be my mania, which by about May, that's when I was starting to get itchy to start on patriotic stuff. So that will be it.
Good. You'll have it ready by July 4th.
Yes. And then Heart in Hand has announced that they're going to stop making their annual collector's heart kits. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of been on the lookout, and yes, Silver Needle had a bunch of them. And I narrowed it down because I chose so much other stuff, and I came home with 3. So I have the 2017 heart.
Oh, wow.
These are chart packs. They come with fabric and floss and beads and buttons, but you have to get your own floss. And then I have 2018, which has 2 patterns because it was their 20th edition.
Love that one.
And the pretty little, I have 2 cuts in there. I think you can see that. And then the 2019.
Very nice. Perfect timing too with February.
Yes, and look, this one comes with the Rick Rack.
Oh, that's cute.
So, yeah. And I just will have to get out Floss and see what's going on. I only have 2 more things.
Right.
Oh, they gave us a pen too, all of us. They said, okay, here, reach in, get your pen. This is what you'll sign with, and then you get to keep it.
Nice.
So it's their way of keeping things a little more tidy. The 805 stitcher, I saw that she announced on Instagram that she had some new bags up. So I went on and bought a couple, one for Katie, one for me. Now, Katie Landis loves narwhals. So I bought her this bag. This is the front. And she got this little needle minder.
Oh, cute.
And this is the fabric.
Oh, that's fun.
And she was telling me she thinks she's going to put her Atlantis kit in there that I got her
Perfect.
for Christmas. Yeah. I hadn't even thought of anything. She goes, "Oh, did you buy that for me for Atlantis?"
Yes,
Sure.
that's exactly what I did.
And then mine, I already took my needle minder out. It's hanging on my pole. But here's mine. And look at this. Do you love that one of the cats showed up there?
Yes.
But all the ladybugs, and then this is my fabric.
Fun.
I loved it. And my needle minder is one of the cats.
Oh, nice.
So she takes a piece of the fabric that she has left over and puts them on there, centers them perfectly, pads them. They're adorable.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I tried to be quick. That's my stash.
Well, I have stash too, because Laura and Katie never leave me out of a shopping trip, even whenever I can't go. So I got a Mill Hill kit. Look at this Santa. Andy's Santa. And he's got a llama, and I love him.
I have started leaving those to Katie now because she came up to me yesterday and said, "I think this is the one we need to get for Keisha today." And I'm like, we're going to go with that. On top of that, I'm sure Katie has a record in her head of all the ones we've given you.
Probably. Well, and this is my second Santa because I have Island Santa because you guys got me Island Santa. So,
So we will keep track of those now. You may have a series.
that's fine. I'll take all of the Santas. They're hilarious. So fun.
Oh, Katie says there's a pirate Santa.
Well, that sounds like something I need also.
See, again, watch my videos. See if I pan enough that you can see all the Santas.
Exciting. Thank you guys so much for this. So I got a message last night that said, make sure you check your porch before we film. So I got this, and then I got some 3849, which is the last color I need to finish up Floral Death Star, which you'll see whenever we get to whips. Then I have a little bit more stash. I got the Black Needle Society box, the Date with My Stitching box, and so I'm not going to show you everything that was in there, but I'm going to show you some of the highlights and the stitching items. But first I want to show you one of the most Laura things I've ever seen. It's a Jane Eyre bag. That's Laura's favorite book. Look at that great big old bird on there. But it has passages from the book. So it's very exciting.
And it's messy like me. All those spatters everywhere.
Love it. And it's a pretty good size. You can fit a lot in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I don't know what I'm going to put in there, but I'm sure I'll put something great.
Well, and you will probably even fit more because you stitch so much from online patterns, from digital patterns. So
so I can fit a lot of like it'll just be materials and stuff. And then I didn't look to see what kind of fabric I got. So this is from Fiber on a Whim. This is an exclusive. It's very pink, very Valentine's Day. And so if you get a box from the Black Needle Society and it has fabric in it, they'll ask you what kind of fabric you want because not everyone likes to stitch on the same thing. And I said, well, I don't know. I stitch on everything. Oh, it's called lipstick, by the way. I just read that. So I was like, I don't care, whatever. So it's 14 count Aida, which is fun.
It took the dye great.
Yes. I don't stitch nearly enough on Aida, so I'm very excited to have a piece of fun Aida in my stash.
And it is not 14 count. We had ordered 16 count. Mm-hmm. We think they just grabbed the wrong labels when they labeled it. It's either 16 count that has shrunk some in the dyeing process, or it's 18 count, if you look at that.
Yeah,
you're right. It's one of their standard colors that we just loved.
Yes, it's very fun. I don't really own anything this shockingly pink, so I'm excited to figure out what I'm going to put on there.
Okay, so Katie was talking about a couple of things. What's the new pattern they were saying would be good? The new ink circles, is that what it was? Or on Friday night chat, they were talking about a piece that is shown stitched like in red on a dark on a white fabric, I'm sorry, on a white linen. And they said, oh, that would be so cool to do. I think it was Eunice who said she's going to do it in white on that fabric.
That would be awesome.
Oh, no. Autumn Lane Stitchery.
Autumn Lane Stitchery, their new one.
From Just Cross the Tracks.
From Just Cross.
Oh, yes, the birds. Yes.
Yes. So she's going to do them in white on that fabric.
Yeah, because I think oh, what is the name of, because it's charted to be on like a pinkish red from Picture This Plus, but I can't remember the name of it.
So she's just like, that's what she's going to do. Katie has My Funny Valentine from Heartstring Samplery, which I am coveting because, yes, it's been on my list. And it has all the words for the song. And this is what she is thinking.
Oh.
I think I have it in good light. What do you think? Bing Cherry, and this is linen.
I love that. I think that would be really cool.
So here's a little bit of the difference. It's not a whole lot different. The linen is probably the darkest of all of them. Yeah, and I think the Aida has more splotches, more light places. So that's what they look like.
I just love it. I love, one of the cool things I think about doing boxes like this, where there's kind of a mystery, is I don't know that I would ever buy something this color, like for myself.
Because you have to really have in mind what you're going to do, right?
Right. And so I would have to really go in with like, this is the choice that I've made. But I love this. Like, I'm so excited to stitch something on that. So.
And Eunice said to us, I knew the minute I saw the fabric what I was going to do on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
So.
All right. So then another fun thing in there, also from Fiber on a Whim, trying to get it a little unspooled. But look at this floss. It's called Bouquet. And it starts, and my lighting in here is not great, but it's green and then kind of fades into a white, and then this ends up being a light pink, which you can't really tell too much on here. My lighting in here is really washing it out, but it is really pretty, and now I have to decide what I'm going to use this for.
And that is a full 8 yards, like a regular skein. They just wrap theirs a little shorter.
Right.
So with that, I gave the tip on our channel, the Black Needle Society channel, that you should unwrap that and measure out 15 to 18-inch lengths and cut them so that you have it pre-cut in lengths that you want.
Oh, that's a good tip. And
I
then
from somebody else, so you know.
Right. And then we got these beautiful scissors. Look at how pretty these are. And the back says, extremely sharp, use with caution.
And the brochure said, just not on paper.
Yeah. So I really like those. Very pretty. And then we got this beautiful thing from Hands On Design. And Kathy signed it at the bottom, which I thought was really fun. And it says, I love you a waffle lot.
And it's a waffle!
I love it.
A lot of people didn't get that it was supposed to be a waffle, but she used her mattress finish to make it look like a waffle.
It's so good. It's so good. And I have a sleeve from Love You More Studios, which is only Valentine's Day puns. So I already have the perfect project bag for this.
Which is where that came from.
Oh, really?
We loved all those fun little things. So I've taken quite a Viking to you.
I was just about to say that. That one was my favorite. And then we got, and this is one of the non-stitching items, but it's going in my stitchy stuff. We got a lotion bar.
Oh, yeah.
So, and it smells really good. I know you can't smell it, but I'm holding it up for you to smell it. So I'm excited because like this time of year, my hands get really, really dry. So having this with my stitching stuff is going to be great.
And it says that it absorbs after you stop rubbing. Well, it feels so good. Like I will sit and rub my hands for a long time. So.
And then my favorite thing, always my favorite thing in the Black Needle Society boxes are the needle minders. Oh my goodness. Look at this Conversation Hearts needle minder. It's so great. That Katie Landis. I'm so glad she's my friend. She's so talented. And it says Stitch Hearts. I love it. So anyway, that's my stash for this. I was very excited, and I've had that box for a couple weeks now, and I kept thinking, oh, I'll film with James like I did for the Advent box. But James is now a month older than he was during Advent box time, which means he is a lot more active and tries to flip around when he's sitting in my lap, and I'm like, oh, this probably won't work.
Well, then you would be doing more than one item.
Right.
Either that or you would have had to do it Advent style and say, okay, James, we're filming one item today.
Close your eyes, we'll grab one thing.
Okay. That was a fun bit of stash, huh?
Lots of stash.
Oh, the $38.49. Here's the story on it.
Oh, okay.
So I had picked it up when we were at like Joann's earlier in the week.
Right, because I sent out an SOS that was like, I don't know where this went. This is the only color that I need to finish this. Oh no, my goal is to finish this by the end of the month.
It's an elusive color, let me tell you, because we got home, we got in, Katie's pulling out the fabric, and I said, where is Keisha's floss? And she said, you have it. No, it's in the bag. It was with my sewing thread. No, not in the bag. And then I didn't go anywhere the next day. So, you know, like I didn't go down to the truck. But when I finally did go down there it was laying on the ground, frozen, stiff. So I'm going to take the labels off. They've already fallen off. I'm going to just soak it and, you know, use a little Dawn dishwashing liquid on it and wash it, let it dry, and then I'll put it in my bag and I'll have $38.49.
It's a pretty color.
It is, yeah. So, okay, how about whips? And you can show us what a pretty color it is.
All right, well, I have some stuff to show. Like usual, I worked on 2 different models this week, so I'm not going to show you those, but those are coming along pretty nicely. I met my weekly goals on those. So for those of you who don't know, I like to count out the amount of stitches and everything. So I know exactly how many stitches are left in both of those projects. And I've given myself deadlines on those projects. So I'm like, this is how many stitches I need to do in a month. And then I break it out by week. It's a thing. I like spreadsheets. So one of the first things I worked on that wasn't that is the Christmas wreath stitch along from the Frosted Pumpkin. And we actually got the new part of it. So we did just have the house was what we got to start off with. Then we got this huge bow. And now we have part of the wreath.
Cute.
So I finished the bow. My goal has been to finish one part before the next part comes out. And I did by a couple of days. So here is where I'm at now. So I finished that huge bow. And then I did a little bulb. So I got a small start on the next part. So, but I have a couple of weeks until the next part of that comes out. So I've got to get to moving on that.
Better get stitching, Katie, because she's ahead of you now.
We commiserated about the bow.
He's finished it.
Yes. She sent me a picture.
Oh, okay.
The next thing, so you mentioned in our last just regular video that you were in a group that was doing 25 stitches a day, but you've been doing 25 minutes. I was like, I can pick something out of my whip pile that I haven't worked on, that I don't really have plans to work on. for a while, and I can do 25 stitches a day. That's something I could do. So I grabbed out Cozy Feet from Mill Hill.
I love this one.
I love it too, and I've had so much fun. So I'm going to show you, I took a picture, and I've been taking a picture every day, and this is where I started. Sorry for the glare there, but that's where I started.
And when did you start?
I started this on, it would have been the Tuesday after that, so the 19th.
Okay.
I've already done my stitches for today. So here's where I am now.
Wow.
And I've been doing between 25 and I think I did 30 stitches one day, so it kind of depends. Because I finish up like the row or whatever I'm on, but there's a side by side.
Awesome.
So you can see just how much like 25 stitches in a day will get you.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. You know, and it's not something that takes a whole lot of time.
And that is the idea of Julie McConnell from Reflections Framing and Cross Stitch in Nebraska. She's just outside of Omaha. And she has a Facebook group for it. You have to ask to, you have to message her and ask. And she has a video about it. I think it's probably one of the last ones of 2020.
Okay.
Because she just started it in January. So if you want to be part of the Facebook group and see all the albums and all the stuff people are doing, then go ask her.
And I need to join the group. I haven't joined the group yet. I've just been kind of monitoring it myself, but it's been fun. I've been trying to get up. James usually wakes up about 7:45 if he decides to sleep that long. And so I'll try to get up a little bit early in the morning now and make myself a cup of coffee and then sit down and do my 25 stitches before he wakes up. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. One day I did 25 in the morning and 25 in the evening because I missed out on the day before. So, you know. The next thing I worked on, this was just our Stitch With Us that we've been doing every other, well, the second and fourth Sundays of the month. And this is R2D2 from Spot Colors. And this was just a kit that Laura and Katie gave me for Christmas. And here's where I am on it.
We worry about your stitching life, obviously, huh?
And that's good. It's a good kind of friend to have. Whereas I'm like, what can I get Laura and Katie that isn't stitch related? Because I know things. So anyway, I'm having a lot of fun working on this one. And it's all kit materials. It's a 14 count Aida, and it's kit materials right down to the hoop that I'm using. So, and I forgot to mention the Mill Hill, the Cozy Feet, that's obviously a kit from Mill Hill. And then the fabric for Christmas Wreath is the called for, it's 28 count Heartland from Picture This Plus.
Oh.
Okay, and then the last one. And this is going to get finished today, I hope. James willing. So I have had this in my whip pile for a couple of years, and it's one of my goals, and it was a whip go goal for this month, is to finish this. And it's Floral Death Star from Rocking Horse Cross Stitch on Etsy, and this is just on a piece of 28 count Evenweave that I got at Joann's. I am almost done.
Oh.
I'm almost done. I have a couple of like little patches in here, which is where I need the 38.49, and this is 38.49. And that's the back of my project. So
pretty.
Thank you. And this needle minder is from Flying Frog Stitchery. That's our friend Laura in Blue Springs on Etsy.
Awesome.
I'm so close. I'm so close. Like I'm less than 100 stitches away, and it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done.
That's a big deal.
No, it's definitely nice to have something that has been in your stash for a long, or in your whip pile for a long time, get it done. And I had a little over 1,900 stitches to do this month, so I had this top part done, and it's a Death Star, so there's a big circle in the middle. But I've done this whole bottom half.
Wow.
So it's a little over 1,900 stitches.
Look at you go.
Thanks. I didn't do my other whip go goal for the month, but that's okay.
Because you have the whole year to get it done.
Right.
So.
So how about you? What stuff have you been working on?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so for our Stitch With Us, all of my stuff you're going to hear rattle, 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 because I am bad. For our Stitch With Us, I am working on this bookmark from the Workbasket. Oh, come on. And it's on perforated paper, which is not, you know, it's not like my thing. Okay, so I went to a retreat and this was the project.
Mm-hmm.
And I have that in here. That's an old whip that needs to get done. But the secondary project was this.
I love that.
Thank you. And I have, you can see I have a little more of the alphabet to go. Obviously, I mean, like when I do this, I'm trying to be really careful with the floss and make sure I'm not carrying too much. But I am color completing and I've been able to tuck it in as I go along. I don't have very many letters left. And then, I mean, it'll fill this whole thing. So I have about this much more to go.
Gotcha.
I think like this is half and then it'll have the same thing. So the bottom is all, I think it's just all specialty, not specialty stitches, but there's a big, gosh, I'm trying to find the pattern. It is not cooperating. Oh, well, we'll talk about it again. It has more on it. So then my 25/7, I have a friend who asked me to stitch an alphabet for her, an alphabet sampler. And I did not realize what the pattern would be. So this is from Jeremiah Junction. It's called this one is called Elegant Country Alphabet. And I really did not have much done when I first started. And I have been working on this every day. I had the green at the bottom and I had the boxes.
Wow.
And I've done part of my stitches for today because I'm on the Z down here. But I was moving my hoop and I thought I'll just leave it off and show you guys the whole thing. Wow. So when I finish these 6 boxes at the bottom, I will be halfway through the alphabet. Now it does still have, as well as the alphabet, it still has all of this in the middle. I have to outline all those boxes, do all those bands in between, plus the band at the top. So I won't be halfway.
Right.
But I'll be close.
Well, and you've had that for a long time, so I'm glad you found something to get it moving, because I know it's not necessarily your favorite thing to work on.
Well, and I don't think about it, you know, when I'm thinking, oh, what do I want to pull out tonight? Oh, yeah, I'll pull that out.
Right.
You know, that's not the project for me. But the 25 minutes, I can commit to that. Right. And I have seen, and a lot of days I stitch longer than 25 minutes because, you know, like every other stitcher out there, I'm sorry, I can't get it to go in. Like every other stitcher out there, we have to finish the section we're on, finish the thing we're on.
Just this length of floss, just this length of floss.
Yes. Then, because we were in the car yesterday and away from my husband, who this is for, I pulled out this.
Yes.
And that's my nickname for him. So it just seemed like the perfect thing. Now I am using the kit materials. So this is Aida. And Aida and I don't really get along. And this is stiff. Can you hear it?
Yeah, the kit Aida for Mill Hills is usually pretty.
But I had been working on this and I thought, you know what? I don't want to do that in the car. So I put this diamond in the pale lavender, and then I went around the outside border here.
Nice.
And that's about all the car stitching I got done. I would have had to have the light on, and that was fine. Athena was encouraging me to turn the light on and do it. And I just, after a while, I thought, I'm just not wanting to do it anymore.
Yeah.
Then I have 2 whip go boards because, you know, I'm a glutton. I have my 10 and 21 and I have my focus whips. And on one of my whip go boards, on my 10 and 21, I have this, Away We Ride.
Mm-hmm.
Both numbers for January were Away We Ride. So I'm supposed to finish this. I am not in the mood to stitch Halloween.
Right.
And, you know, we all get where we're like not in the mood to do things. I have, however, gotten a lot in on this.
Yeah.
I did part of the border down here. I did everything up above.
Wow.
So I will continue to work on this a little at a time. Oh, I just realized what I didn't bring in here. I will continue to bring this in a little, or to work on this a little at a time and just see what I can do to finish it up. At school, I keep a project that I work on, and that one is more chocolate bunnies from Hands On. And if we hadn't had 2 days out of school this week, I would have finished it. So next week, look for a finish from me. And yes, I did not bring in my snow day project. So something I work on every time it snows is Baby It's Cold Outside. And I have gotten to stitch on it like 3 or 4 times. And so it's really getting pretty far along. And then it got pulled for Whip Go for February.
Nice.
And what I have to do is finish the house. I'm going to show you my most recent photo on here.
Okay.
Low battery.
Low battery.
Okay, so this is what it looked like. I have finished filling in all of the solid part of the house over here.
Oh, wow.
Since this. But when I started with Snow Day, oh, you know what? I think I made it an album. I did. When I started with Snow Day, just the beginning of January, that's what it looked like.
Wow. So
again, yeah. And when I decided to make it my Snow Day project, I had already missed a couple of snow days. So I only stitched an hour for each of those days. So that's moving along really well with just a little bit at a time.
Right.
And I think I'm going to stick to it just being a Snow Day project because I think I can finish that house by the end of February with snow days.
Right.
So, and then I should have 2. Oh, Coming to America. I've not touched it all. That's one of my focus whips. Haven't touched it. But my other one is the Linen and Threads 2017 Mystery Sampler. And I'm on July. So the band looks like this. And when I finally decided, you know, I'm really dragging my feet, not making any progress on Away We Ride, and I've neglected both of my other projects, I pulled this out and I had to do, like, I didn't have any of it done. I hadn't done the green down the side for my border. Okay, my needle just got stuck kind of funny in here. See if I can just pull it through. I hadn't done any of it. So I'm pretty happy with this because if I were Keisha, I would know exactly how many stitches I've done. But that's a lot.
Ooh, that is a lot.
And I've done that in the last week.
Wow. Impressive.
And this is what the whole thing looks like right now if you need a reminder.
Yes, I love the colors that you have for that.
Thank you. And I love my fabric. It's Carol's Meadow from Silkweaver. I don't know that you're really getting all of it. It's greens and purples and pinks, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful fabric. Yeah, I'm not getting any of it for you. But that was that. And I've really been enjoying that. I'm doing mine with a bunch of my Victorian motto that I had from the club that, you know, you look at and go, what am I going to use these for?
Right. This.
And I'm trying to not even pay attention to their newest mystery sampler because I know that it's fabulous and that I will be tempted and I can't.
Right, right.
This one is the one where you're doing it's a border right now. I have seen this. And then it's going to be like Spanish tiles, I think is the idea.
I have also been ignoring it. I've never done one of these samplers, and I'm like, I want to do them every single time, but I have other things to work on.
This one seems, the one this year maybe seems a little more organized is not a good word, but because it's a grid. And so you do one box and then you're going to do one box. But January was all of the outline.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. You can always print them off and do them in future years.
That's true. That's true.
But that's it for my whips. That was a lot.
It was a lot.
2 weeks, I feel like we have a lot in there.
For sure.
Speaking of 2 weeks, next week will be the first weekend in February. So it will be another regular Flosstube video.
Yep. So we got to get to working on whips.
We'll see what we get done. I should have one finish next week, and
I should have a finish today. I hope I have a finish today.
Yeah, mine's at school. I can't get to it, but it'll get finished. I'll get those bunnies finished. And then there's something else in that bag. I can't think what else I threw in because I wanted to make sure I'm leaving it there now. And I wanted to make sure that if I finished, I would have something else to work on. Can't tell you what it is. I can't remember.
Okay. You'll find out on Monday, right?
I hear James.
Yeah, it's about well, I guess it's woke up for morning nap time. It's probably about lunchtime for James.
Okay, so tell me, what are your plans for the week?
Okay, well, my plans are I'm gonna finish Floral Death Star today, I hope. I'm gonna work some more on Christmas Wreath from the Frosted Pumpkin and work some more on the models that I'm stitching on. Work more on Cozy Feet since I'm working on that one every day. And then I have options because the new WIPGO numbers were pulled. So I did not get to one of my January goals, which was to put in 1,000 stitches on a cheeky escape, which is the hay that I'm doing for James. So this is what that looks like right now. And I'm doing it on 25 count over 1 with 1 strand. So I could work on that, but I don't know. And then the ones that were actually pulled for this month was to finish one of the sections of Quotes to Live By from Stitchrovia. So I could do a lot of pink fill if I felt like it, which this might end up being a work project since it is so much fill. And
that would be very easy at work then, yeah.
Yeah. Or the other thing that was called on the WIPGO board is to do 1,000 stitches on Winter Blooms from the Blue Flower.
Oh.
And I love that. So that's where I am on that project.
Because you just started it during the 12 days of Christmas stitching, right?
Yeah, and I only worked on it for a couple of days, and this is on 40 count driftwood linen from Color and Cotton. The Quotes to Live By is just on a piece of white linen that I got at Joann's, 28 count. So anyway, I don't know which of the WIPGO ones I'll choose to do, but I've been running a rotation of work on models on Monday and Tuesday usually because I have 2 that I'm working on, and then working on a WIPGO goal for the rest of the week if I finish my goals on the models. So I don't know what I'll work on.
I just realized I was thinking, oh, I don't have my Whip Go boards in here. I have them on my phone. So my plans are to work on my 25/7, put in those 25 minutes every day. I'm partway through that for today. Because I was doing it sitting back here, I kind of set a like a section goal for today. And it'll be more than 25 stitches, and it'll be around 25 minutes. So anyway, I do know that on my focus whips, what got pulled was the Irish Blessing sampler, which I oh, I haven't put it in here. Oh, yes, I did. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
And my goal was 4 bands. I don't think I looked at it. I wasn't remembering which one it was. So I'll probably have to kind of rework the goal and see how that goes. That's okay. And my other one is Count Your Friends from Rosie and Me. That's our LNS shop owner. She designs.
Nice.
And I would have to see what I said my goal was there. I think it's a page finish because it's not, where'd it go? Yeah, page finish. Because it's not that big of a piece. It's a lot of words, and I'll be able to do, you know, I have a border to do and I have words to do. So then on my 10 and 21, the 2017 Linen and Threads mystery sampler got pulled again. So I have another, my goal is 1 month. So for January, that one band was 1 month. That's the July band. And then the August band is 2 bands together. So it will take a little longer. So while I'm in a groove with that, I'll probably just go and keep going on it. And the other one is Baby It's Cold Outside that I told you guys about. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that I'll get to work on it. But like I said, I think I'm going to do just snow days. And we are currently scheduled for, I want to say 2 days with snow. Oh no, they changed one to rain now. We'll see. So I have to kind of watch the weather. I don't think I've missed any snow days, but you know.
You'll get it.
And it gets at least an hour on snow days.
Nice.
So those are my plans.
All right. Those sound great plans.
Do you have anything else?
I forgot to show during my my stash. I bought these little counters on Amazon.
Yes.
It was like $8 or $9 for a pack of 8 of them. And they got like a little band that looks like a belt, and you just put it on your finger, and it's got this big button here, and it's got a counter, and you just hit this button while you're stitching, and it keeps counting your stitches.
Katie Landis just said, I have one for you.
I did. I sent, because they came in a pack of 8, and I don't really need 8, so I just sent a couple. But yeah, it's been really nice. So if you're in any of the groups that count stitches, that's a way to do it. I would usually just use my calculator on my phone to kind of add up as I went along, but that's been kind of fun. I saw that as a suggestion. I don't actively participate in those groups anymore. I just like counting my stitches. Just for my own knowledge.
It's fun sometimes to see how many you have.
Yeah. So, but I saw those suggested in one of those groups. I was like, I'll go ahead and buy those and see. And so I've been using them for a couple of weeks, and it's been pretty nice. I like them.
I think somebody just asked recently in our comments how to count stitches, how I count stitches. And that's a good tip to try something like that.
Right. And
Amazon, right?
Yeah. And if you don't want to, the way I counted my stitches before that is I would go, so, you know, I will stitch things by rows. So I'll be like, okay, I just did 10 stitches. I'll put it into my calculator and hit like the plus button.
Right.
Next one, I did 10 more stitches. And that's how, without a counter like that, I would keep track. Or anytime I would mark off on a pattern what I'd done, I would use a calculator to count those up. So That's how I would usually do it. But this counter's been kind of fun.
That's the low-tech pattern keeper, right?
Right.
So, okay.
All right.
That's it, I think, right?
Yeah.
We're just going to say thank you for coming. Thank you for subscribing. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the thumbs up.
Thank you, everyone who congratulated me on the new job. I'm really overwhelmed, but I'm really happy about it. So thank you for all your congratulations.
So, okay. And with that, then we'll see you next week for another regular Flosstube. Bye.
Bye. Have a good week.